we're back. New car, new season. Same old track guide. Kinda. Anyways, we're at Autoclub Speedway. One of my, I guess, most favorite tracks. Just because it's rough, bumpy, has everything you look for in a racetrack. Combined with the 670 horsepower low downforce package, which you see on screen right now. Way better than that 550 embarrassment that we've been forced to run for the past 3 years. But I'll take it. It's not 2018, but I'm not going to complain. So you see the new car, and you can tell some things are different. But anyways, let's get to the keys of the race card. And number one's going to be tires. While not as important as the Gen 6, it can still be important for how well you run. They just don't wear as much. If Daytona told us anything, tire wears a lot less. You could run the whole race in the 500 on one set. And another thing about the tires, since they're low profile, they don't have a lot of sidewall to them, and you can't really lean on the tire itself, which hasn't been a big deal on iRacing, but you can't really drive it the same way as the Gen 6, so keep that in mind. Number two is going to be, well, it's a new car. Less side force, less down force, more power, more fun, different driving styles. I mean, you can chuck it in there if you want. Sometimes it might snap on you, sometimes it won't. But more than likely, if it spins, it's going to go all the way around and taking you with it. Not to say that it's difficult, it's just different. Steering's different. There's a whole bunch different with this car, which I can touch on in another video. And number three for this is going to be it's California. Really bumpy track, lots of grooves, places you can run. It's rough, and actually it kind of spells out a good time. So let's just get to pit road after that lengthy intro, and we'll talk about the lap. Alright, we're going to make our way to pit road. I'm going to brake somewhere where you see those grandstands. Get pretty hard on the brakes because with the master cylinders that they're using, it just won't stop. Down to 55 miles per hour. All the way down this tedious pit road to the green cone. As usual, start accelerating. Stay under the white line or above this white line below that one. Start shifting up. We got a 5-speed now, so remember, there's your blue cone and onto the lap. Alright, we're going to be taking a look at our second lap, because that was the lap I was the quickest. I kind of used the first one as a throwaway, as you can see there. Fix it up, fixed weather, at least according to A-Fixed, not NIS, just because I had nothing to go off of, so yeah. Alright, so the brake bias, I put to anywhere in the 49s. Seems to be better than default. Actually, that might be the default. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. Now, where things get tricky is the steering pinion instead of ratio. Now I'm going to try to simplify this as best as I can. Just going off the steering range on your actual wheel in the sim. 900 degree steering. I'm going off that as my base. And using all 900 degrees, you'll be on the 2.36. I can't show you here because I'm using a replay, but it goes from 1 point something to, I believe, 3 something. And right in the middle at 2.36, that's where I have it set. Now here's where things are the opposite. The bigger the pinion, the faster you're steering. So if it's in the ones, that's going to be a really big steering ratio. Now you can't give a direct one-to-one comparison just because your steering range on the actual wheels itself is less than that of the Gen 6. So, your 900 degree steering still actually going to be turning less than what your 900 was on the Gen 6, just through my own personal testing. So, yeah. So, I'm going to say 2.36 is going to correspond very similar to a 12-to-1. That's just me. Personally, I like a little faster, but for this video, I use that. The rest, you can work out the calculations, but like I said, it's not a direct one-to-one comparison. That's just the way I could simplify it. So those were my settings. 2.36, 49 something on the brake bias. 49.2. So 49.2 on the brake bias, And my steering pinion, 2.36. Alright, so now that that's clarified, let's see how this lap was done. And then we'll break it down. So here we go. Alright, and then we have it for 41.1. So let's back that up. As you can see, we were actually reaching a pretty decent top speed compared to that last car. So anyways, we're going to be in 5th gear pretty much the entirety of this. And we're going to arc our way out to the outside wall where you see the numbers. So you see right here already, yeah, the 1, 2 caution light and the 3 is pretty much what we're alongside right now. Yeah, I'm going to be using some brake once I get in between the 1 and 2 right here. Just about 5 to 10% brake. Not too much, just for a tiny bit to make sure it slows down. I'm going to let it roll. Yeah, I took that long arc just because of the way the track is shaped. So once I start pointing down, I'm going to start getting back to the throttle. Kind of gradually, and then get right up against that white line. Let's see, when you hit it right, I had to lift there a little bit because I screwed it up just a hair. And you're going to power your way out. And you can see I'm turning right here. The car's got a little bit. One of the bumps kind of upset me there. So, yeah. Never lifted, use all the track. And 1 and 2 is a place you can actually run up against the wall quite early if you know how to do it. Now 3, I'm throwing it in way deeper than it looks like you should be able to get away with. Probably around the 2, I'm going to start lifting. So I see right here, I'm more or less alongside the 2, maybe a little bit past it. Use the brakes again, just to make sure the nose stays down and it's going into the corner. And I don't overshoot it, because I chucked it in there, you know. Start gradually picking up the throttle. The bumps again can upset the car. Here, once you got it pointed, you can pretty much stay in it. Fix it, it was kind of stable. And there you go. You can use all the track on exit, but I decided to cut it. I just didn't think I got the exit anyway, but there you go. 41.1, and there's the lap. And that's it for this track guide. I know it's not too in-depth again, but it's not a lot to it. It's an oval. And I'm kind of looking forward to how the rest of the season pans out, since I'm doing every race now. I'm not just sticking to the short tracks and road courses. I'll be doing these bigger tracks ever since they introduced the 670, so look forward to the next race, I guess. Anyways, Sim Racing TV side.